Yes, for the new Sorento we have introduced several innovations for the powertrain. So at first I would like to introduce you what we did regarding increasing the power. So therefore we increased the power from 197 to 200 horsepower. And we did this mainly by introducing a more efficient turbocharger and also by increasing the injection pressure from 1800 to 2000 bar. So the CO2 becomes, even from our side as an engine developer, more and more important, and therefore we enforced our strengths to make the engine more lighter. And on the Sorento diesel engine we achieved this by making the walls at the casting 1 millimeter thinner, and this allows us to drop finally the engine weight by 5 kilograms. So the second measure, especially for CO2, was that we introduced also start-stop system. We call it ISG, the first time in combination with an automatic transmission. So that means that helps us also for an automatic transmission to keep comfort for a fast start and also a low CO2 by shutting off the engine during idling conditions. So regarding our drivetrain innovation, we have a similar system that was firstly introduced for the Sportage, that is called Dynamax, and we have this now also for the Sorento. And it helps mainly for reducing the engine power by a so-called traction control when we are coming to slippery road conditions, means wet roads or even snowy roads. And in this case, before the vehicle ESP system will be activated, we have the so-called traction control that reduces consequently the engine power to avoid any kind of wheel spin. The aim of my team will be to develop tailored engines for Europe. And as we know, in Europe the diesel engines plays a very dominant role in the market. So it means the customer wants to get a very powerful engine, but also a very economic oriented engine. And therefore we have developed our technology in that way that we are increasing injection pressures to making the power more higher, and on the other side also the engine more cleaner. And that allows us, especially for future emission legislations for Europe, to make a very clean engine. And also for further coming up regulations, we have developed several after treatment measurements that allows also the engine in the future to fulfill every requirement that is demanded to the customer to have a very clean car also at his own. So to enable our diesel engines, we are focusing also very precise on the development of the after-treatment system, and therefore we have to make the engine more cleaner, a particulate filter concept that has meanwhile also an acoustic shielding that even the customer doesn't recognize anything from that system. So for the Euro 6 emission we have also developed a system that is called Lean NOx trap, and it helps especially to reduce the nitrogen emission that is mainly important also for the cities in the future, and therefore the Sorento is developed as a city car, and this is also from our side stringent to be very clean for that emission legislation.